Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to be going over major updates to Instruments of Destruction. The first of which you can see is a new map, which is absolutely massive with no water. It is just land as far as the eye can see, which is really good for some of the additional parts that are now in the game, because this just gives you so much room to play with. But there's so much awesome stuff to look at in this update. We're going to be going through it all. But the reason why I have this thing spawned in is because I want to turn on a new option that just instantaneously turns this into absolute chaos, as if this wasn't chaos enough. One of the settings now for creations is to actually make them breakable. Previously, the only destruction we were doing was destroying buildings, but you can set this floppy plus breakable option here. And keep in mind, this is just a silly experimental thing that doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose other than just having fun. I mean, it's a game though, that's kind of the whole point. But if I set this to floppy and breakable, and I set the breakability to 0.1, which is actually more breakable, this is more sturdy, this is more breakable. Watch what happens to my vehicle. Here we go. And I can still control it. I mean, it tanks the frames quite a bit, but look at what's happening now. All of the guns have broken off of the creation and are now independently firing. There's one of my tank treads down here. Like, it's absolute insanity. So the reason why that happens is because these are colliding with each other. These are actually built phased into each other. So as soon as I make the joints flexible, they just all push against each other, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. But one of the things I could do is if I turn the breakability up, they actually won't break, as you can see. It still tanks the frame rate quite a bit. But you can see now it's just really, really flexible. I think I can also turn on joint stabilizer to add some more. I don't know. It doesn't. This thing is just not meant to be flexible, okay? But if we turn that off, then we're back to normal. All right, but that is just one of the changes made so far. If you look down here, there's some new flight pieces. We used to only have the balloon and the thrusters and these skids. Now we have a gyroscope. We have a propeller, an omni-wing, which is a wing that works in either direction, and an arrow flap, which is an omnidirectional control surface. So if I attach an arrow flap, all right, it doesn't seem to actually have any built-in controls, so we'll have to like use some of these motion pieces to build in control surfaces if we want to use those. But let's start with a blank slate to mess with some of these parts. Oh, what is this? A solid pipe? Oh, just a pipe piece, I guess. And it looks like we have adjustable length. That's pretty awesome. That's going to be good for some aesthetics. What are the gyroscope settings? Looks like we have strength, toggle, spin. We have a dampening effect, initial direction. Not 100% sure how that's going to affect things. We can fool with that a little bit later, though. Let's just go over what is actually new. Oh, we have a large pipe as well, also adjustable length. Okay, so these are really interesting. We have drivetrains, a power drivetrain and a fast drivetrain. So if we hook this up and then add some, add a fix. Oh, this is also a new part here, flex fixed wheel. And flex usually means you can change the size. So we can just adjust the size like that. So if I add these fixed wheels to these drivetrains, or to this drivetrain, and the drivetrain has tuned strength, let's max out the strength, let's reinforce it. It is set to the arrows. So let's see how this feels. Oh my god. Okay, so obviously it's a drivetrain. It turns the whole axle like that. So that's going to be really nice for vehicles, for cars and stuff. And then here's also a pretty big game changer. We now have gears. We have a 16 gear and we have a 10 gear. So that is going to make for some really interesting creations. I can especially imagine turrets are going to be really fun to build using these to aim, and keeping them really nice and rigid as far as their aiming goes. I am curious how smooth these are gonna be when they're rotating into each other. These fixed bombs now have an adjustable size, which is different from the last time I played with them. And then we have this flex panel, which it looks really small to start off with, but you can actually manually adjust the length and the width of it to just cover whatever kind of area you want pretty much, which is kind of interesting. And I think that covers all the new parts. So the first thing I want to try is, since we have this massive map here, let's try to make a plane I don't know if there's aerodynamics. Like, I don't know how these wings actually function when it comes to that stuff, but let's try to make a propeller plane of sorts. Yeah, see, I'm really not sure if these wings work like real life wings or not, but we're gonna have to find out. All right, so I'm gonna try to make this as light as possible because these pieces here are like really, really heavy. So what I'm doing right now is actually building out to some attachment points. So then I can use the power of flex beams to kind of build out like this, as you can see. However, I am gonna have to add some attachment points in here for the propellers especially. All right, so the best object to spin up these propellers is probably going to be power swivel or maybe fast swivel because these aren't gonna be too heavy, I don't think. I'm gonna put it on maximum strength. Oh, we now have an acceleration time on these, which we didn't have before. All right, so now we got these propellers. Oh, that's not the right orientation for that. All right, so now we need these propellers to not touch the ground. So let's build out to a drivetrain down here, attached to it with a flex beam. This is the most janky plane right now. And how does that feel? Okay, those, oh boy. Those don't seem to be doing anything, do they? Not only that, but they're not rotating opposite from each other. All right, there, oh! That was something. Okay. This is gonna be the worst looking plane you've ever seen. All right. That is interesting. Look at that. All right, so obviously the problem is our center of thrust is above our center of mass right now. But we're still gonna need a tail and all that stuff for stability as well. Okay, so for a tail, I'm gonna be using this power pivot. So it's gonna basically be pivoting this whole thing up and down. And this is, I'm gonna see if this works for pitch. I'm really not sure. I'm gonna put this like as a vertical stabilizer. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's just see if this tail works at all to stabilize ourselves. Okay. Now I'm not, why can't I go? So I'm gonna add some overdrive to these so I can essentially double the power. Seems to be completely broken. All right, let me try adding another set of these propellers. All right, here we go. I got, oh, okay, that worked. Whoa, no way. Oh, oh, I didn't expect it to work. I don't know why. I wasn't expecting like the tail to be that effective. I didn't think there was like gonna be real aerodynamics or anything. This actually works great. I'm noticing that my propellers are going at different speeds though. All right, this is cool. Okay, so we don't have any roll yet, but this tail works way better than I was expecting it to. So now I gotta figure out how to add some ailerons here. Unfortunately, there's no real like swivel that acts like this pivot. I want something that rotates along its own axis like these swivels do, but that returns to center like a pivot does. And you can set the angles that it rotates. All right, I think I got it. So now I have ailerons to help control the roll. I hope they work. Let's find out. Wait, why am I not going straight? Hold on, I think I need to change. This is a powered axle right now. I think I need to change that to just a free axle. Oh yeah, that was the secret. All right, come on, take off, take off. We need lift. Get up off the ground. Okay. All right, now let's see. Rolling. Good. Oh boy, the roll is not very. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the roll is not very strong right now. I gotta figure out how to oh boy, this is terrible. It was looking so much more promising when I didn't have the ailerons. What is going on with the, like, it feels like there's a breeze. Like, obviously some adjustments need to be made. We're breaking new ground here. First time experimenting with flight in this game. Or like, propeller-based flight. So I think the best solution I'm gonna try is to add another set of flaps over here. Oh wait, actually, before I do that, let me see if this Omni wing is better. It's a lot bigger. I don't know if it acts as a control surface though. Oh, it definitely gives us lift. As far as control surface, it actually seems to not do much of anything. But it gives us like lift, which is good. So we're gonna figure out a place to put those later. But yeah, these flaps are what actually give us controllability. See, these actually make us tilt and roll. All right, that's good. All right, I've added an extra control surface, made them a little bit more of an angle. Let's see if we have more control in the air now. All right, lift up. I've also added these Omni wings inside the wings. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that actually does feel a lot better. However, yeah, definitely. Okay, you know what? Here's the issue. This needs to not be a control surface wing. This needs to be an Omni wing. Yeah, that we need to have more directional stability like that. Let's also add some of this in the back too. So these are basically going to be the control surfaces on this tail wing. All right, let's see if this works better now. Oh, I feel so much slower now. Come on. Get up in the air. Oh, okay, there we go. I got rid of one of the tail things, and now it works way better. Whoa, this thing flies kind of nice right now. Okay. There's a lot to be desired when it comes to the pitch. It doesn't, like, it works well when we're horizontal, but as soon as we start turning and rolling, it doesn't really know what to do with the with the aerodynamics, it feels like. But flying straight is great. Look at that. This is gonna be a little bit weird at first, but trust me on this. I'm building out to another aero flap here. There we go, and then we can use the flex beam to attach like that, and I think that should be stable. Yeah, look at that. So that adds another set of, whoa boy. Why did some little changes make huge differences? Is it just friction? If I add a wheel back there, will it all be better? All right, here, I'm adding 3 wheels in the back in hopes that that's gonna actually help us go faster. Oh, look at that. I guess there was a friction issue. Okay. How's it feeling now? Yeah, it doesn't really work very well when it comes to the pitching when we're on our side. Actually, the pitching just doesn't really work very well at all right now. I'm gonna do something weird, and I'm gonna try to add some extra pitch to the front, so something that pitches the nose up as well as what I have on the tail, and maybe that'll help give us some more directional pitching. All right, there we go. So now the nose should help pitch up as well as pitch down. Hopefully that's gonna give more power to the pitching. Power to the pitching. It definitely changed the aerodynamics, or it definitely changed the lift ability of this thing, though. It's so great. Maybe if I just spawn it back in. Okay, I'm starting to understand. Whoa. Whoa, this feels way better. Oh, until I go sideways again. Why is it so bad at going sideways? No. It does feel way better when it comes to the going forward, though. Like, it feels like it actually maintains, like, stability in the direction that I'm going rather than just leveling off. Yeah, based off of my experience with the feel of it so far, it definitely seems to be much more stable in the horizontal position. There must be some way that the physics are calculated that is like, I don't know, the wings must be affected by like their orientation in some way. But you know what, let's try, let's add a little bit of yaw to this thing. All right, here we go. So I modified the tail, so now I have a double tail, but then in the middle, I actually have the yaw effect, and I also have a yaw effect up on the front too to try to help give a little bit more of that stability when we're trying to yaw in a certain direction rather than having the, sometimes it has a strafe effect if you don't have a front air resistance. And this is actually working out. We're turning, we're finally turning. Okay, now there's one more thing to add to this. I'm gonna set it so that this thing drops a series of bombs from underneath it, and now that I realize what I'm about to do, it's probably gonna make this thing not able to get off the ground after I do this, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So we're gonna use this release connector. I think 5 bombs is gonna be enough, and then we'll do these fixed bombs. And should I do the small ones? I'll do the small ones for now. Does it make us, yeah, it definitely makes a weight difference. It goes from 1,200 to 400 kilograms. So that's a pretty massive difference. All right, so I'll have each subsequent bomb be a ½ second after the previous one, so they're all gonna drop in sequence. And let me just test that out on the ground real quick. I think it's gonna be pretty epic. Can we still fly this thing with this added weight? Oh, look at that. Oh, that took off great. Okay, so it seems like this is really the only building that is noteworthy for bombing here, so let's try that one. This thing actually does not fly too bad when you're going straight, but now I gotta try to turn. Oh, no, 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 no. I forgot. The roll is not the best way to turn. I am adding my yaw in as well as a little bit of roll. All right, come on. I lose all my altitude when I do that. Oh, that was bad. Okay, but I'm on course. Oh, no. Hey, why'd you do that? Oh, man, look at this trajectory. All right, well, I'll just do the next best option for now. Okay, is Tough Structures on right now? No, Tough Structures is not on. That seemed a little underwhelming. I guess I'm not very heavy, am I? Wait, why are the bombs exploding? Oh, that was my bad. The bombs actually have an explosion control. I forgot about that. Ah, why? No, why? Don't do that. Okay, control surface check. Good. All right, I think we're all good to go now. No more unexpected explosions. Okay, here we go. We're lining ourselves up. Come on, straighten out. This is looking good. I don't know when to drop. Okay, here it goes. Hey, that wasn't so bad. If I did more of like a dive bomb, more of them probably would have hit, but that wasn't bad for what happened. Hey, that was a nice way to turn around, wasn't it? I was surprised at how well that worked. All right, let's just crash into the building here. I want to try one more bombing run, though. That is so... Whoa, what's happening? Every single support beam just fell through. It didn't look like I did much when I hit it, but I literally took the whole building down just by flopping into it. All right, one more bombing run. This time I'm gonna get a lot more altitude so we can do more of a dive bomb and have potentially more bombs hit it, as long as I have my trajectory all right. Oh no, I am not very well aligned right now. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna go. This isn't feeling that great. All right, I'm dropping the bombs. I dropped too early. Oh, but it was still a decent hit. It's really hard to get all of them to hit, though. That is so satisfying. Oh, you know, I should have these propellers on slide instead of the normal mode. Oh, look at that landing, though. There we are. Just like that. Yeah, so one thing I could do is with these fast swivels, I could have activate mode slider, and then I can actually set my speed. You can see I could have them just go at this speed, and I could have it ramp up, stay at this speed, and then I can have it ramp back down to slow down gradually. And you can even see in the bottom right down here, it shows my speed level, basically. That's really nice. Okay, well, I'm up in the air again. I might as well do one more bombing run, okay? Okay, here it goes. Come on. Oh, that was pretty good. The whole corner of the building gone. Not bad at all. All right, now let's test out my new landing capabilities now that I can slow down my propellers here. There we go. And just like that. All right, not bad. So this is something that was definitely not possible just a few weeks ago. There's still a lot more I haven't even had a chance to play with, like the gyroscope and the gears and stuff like that. So if you have any ideas on stuff for that, let me know what you want to see down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you'll probably enjoy more that you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.